Okay guys, welcome back to the Granny Square Top Crochet Along project. This is video number 2 in the series, and today we're going to dive into figuring out what size that you want to make and understanding how a garment can fit. So if you've ever looked at a pattern and you thought, what size do I want to make? Then this video is for you. I have included a general sizing chart in the project planner worksheet, and it's the one that I personally use for most of the tops that I make. This chart does lean towards a loose fitting ease, and that just means it's relaxed and comfy without being oversized and baggy, because that's how I like to wear my tops. But it's just a starting point, so we'll talk about that more here in just a second. Now here is the deal. The exact size of the top that you are going to make depends on a few things. Number 1, the stitch you're using. Does it have a multiple stitch count requirement? A set number of chains or stitches you need in order for that stitch to work. It will affect, how wide your top is. 2, your swatch results, how tall or wide each round is. And 3, the ease that you prefer. So let's talk about ease for a second. If you're new to this term, ease just refers to how close or far the garment sits from your body. So a 0 ease means the piece fits your body exactly. A positive ease means there's space between you and the garment, like a comfy tee or a cozy sweater. And a negative ease means that it fits snug and hugs your body, like you can totally decide how you want your top to fit. You're not locked into just following the pattern. That's the beauty of handmade garments. You can do what you want and you can make it fit how you want it to fit. Bust and length, what do they mean? So if you are new to all of this and you're like, I don't know what bust means, bust can mean 2 different things in a pattern. It can refer to a full circumference of the top all the way around, or it can refer to the side to side dimension of a panel. For example, there's a couple tops that I've made where it's 2 panels that I've joined together. I would identify the bust as the side to side dimension of one of the panels. Once upon a time, your bust dimension was the measurement around your chest. That is now something that I don't think is true anymore, because most tops, they give you either the bust, which is the circumference around the top, and the length. But what if the largest section of your torso is your middle, not your chest? So what I recommend when you're going for a circumference, instead of focusing bust being around your chest, focus the bust dimension being the largest circumference section of your torso. That way you can make sure the top you're making is actually gonna fit. Usually the pattern will say circumference, and that will just mean that it's referring to the full all the way around measurement. If it doesn't say, you can always pull out your measuring tape and check. And that's usually a way to clarify what they're meaning by bust. So for example, if you're making a large and it says, all right, the circumference is 48 inches, I'm pretty sure this doesn't mean side to side. Now the length, on the other hand, is just how long the top is from the top to the bottom. Patterns might also break down other dimensions, like your sleeve length or your sleeve circumference, the armhole size, or the neckline width, where it cuts off at the neck. Could also be like the collar or turtleneck. So there's a lot of different dimensions that could be identified in a pattern. It just depends on what the pattern, what's going on in the top or the project that you're making. But for this granny square that we are doing, we're just focused on the bust, side to side, and the overall length. We're keeping it easy peasy. The yarn factor. The yarn that you use to make the top makes a big difference in how it will feel and how it will hang. So drapey yarns like bamboo blends will feel softer and flow more freely, while stiffer yarns like cottons and acrylics, they'll hold their structure. So for example, like this sweater I'm wearing right now, it's acrylic. So it's kind of holding that structure a little bit. It's not like being drapey and loosey-goosey. Now, if you're not sure what effect your yarn will have, just make a swatch like we did in video 1 and pay close attention to how it moves. Like take it and how it moves, how it stretches. That'll give you a clue on how the finished top will behave. Behave. Little sizing chart cheats that I discovered. I'm so excited to share this with you. So I have a story. A couple of years ago, I was walking through Joann's. I was walking through Joann's one day and I wandered into the sewing pattern aisle. On the back of each of these patterns is a full sizing chart breakdown. They talk about bust, waist, hip, length, all these garment measurements and all there. It's all done for you. And now whenever I want to make a garment and I'm not sure about what size that I want to make, I just go to wherever, well, I'm gonna have to find a new place now, but I just go to wherever I can find like patterns like this. I try to find one that matches the vibe and the size that I'm going for, and then I just utilize the sizing chart that they've already done for me on the back. They've done all the hard work for you. Use it. But remember, it's just a starting point. That sizing chart is a guide. It's not a rule book. It's not set in stone. Depending on the stitch pattern that you are using, how many stitches are in the repeat, the bulkiness of the yarn, the size of the hook that you're using, your measurements might land a little differently. You might be aiming for a 22-inch bust because that's what the pattern says, but your actual project hits at 23 inches. And that's totally okay. Just make a note of how much ease that gives you and decide that, does that work for you? Or does that work for how you want the garment to fit? If you're between sizes, always round up to the next measurement, especially if you want a relaxed or loose fit. Don't shortchange yourself unless you're intentionally going for a tighter, more fitted look. So now you know, sizing isn't scary once you understand how to read the measurements, define your preferred ease, and plan for your yarn's behavior. In the next video, we're gonna take the info from our swatch and we're gonna calculate how many rounds that we wanna make to hit the size of the top that you are aiming for, and we'll be able to calculate approximately how much yarn you're going to need to make the 2 granny squares that we're creating for the top. It's going to be super helpful, so make sure that you've subscribed and have the bell turned on so that way you don't miss it. And if you haven't grabbed your free project planner worksheet, you can still grab it below. It'll help you track all of your measurements and notes as we go. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.